That's Salzer's Records and a whole bunch of other stuff here in Ventura. Just was in there picking up some stuff, so let's see what I got. Greetings, y'all. Welcome to another video. As you can see, we're not in my famous TV studio doing the show. No, we are on a road trip up the California coast. Hopefully going to be stopping at a couple of stores along the way, trying not to go too crazy buying things. But last night I hit up SoFi and watched my favorite team, the Rams, win a really good game, and that was a cool way to kick things off. So now we're on our way up the coast, and my first stop was here in beautiful Ventura, California, and I stopped at Salzer's Records. I think that's how you pronounce it. Really cool store, pretty big, pretty spacious. They have like a second floor, which I didn't go up there, but it looked like it was all like clothes and stuff. But they have lots of vinyl, lots of CDs, new and used, movies, and then they've one of those kinds of stores that have like all kinds of different little interesting things like Mad Libs and little gimmicky stuff, and like I said, lots of t-shirts and stickers and patches. Just like your one-stop kind of shop for all kinds of interesting, cool things. And yeah, I really thought this was a cool shop, so let's check out what I picked up. 2023, we get the album Mommy by Be Your Own Pet. Be Your Own Pet's a punk band. I'm not sure where they're from America, I'm not sure where though. This was put out on Jack White's Third Man Records. Really cool band. I have their first two records, and then they split up for a long time, and it looked like that was the end of it. The lead singer, Jamina Pearl, put out a solo album that was really good. I think Thurston Moore helped her with that. I really liked that album. I only got it a couple years ago. But it was kind of surprising that the band got back together. They did a couple of shows and put out this new record. And the interesting thing is they're really young. They started out really young. I think they were in their teens when they put out their first record or two. But yeah, really cool. I haven't heard anything from this, but I'm really looking forward to it because I do like those other two records that I own by them. And they've been playing a lot of shows. I've been trying to catch them. It just hasn't worked out yet, but I'm really would love to see these guys live. But that's Be Your Own Pet and their new album, Mommy. 1989, we get Lovin' Rockets and their self-titled album, the old dreaded self-titled Into the Career album. This isn't their debut. This is, I guess, the album that really kind of broke them with sort of like the mainstream crowd, because this had their hit So Alive on it, which I'm sure a bunch of you remember being pretty popular on the radio and everything. Really like Lovin' Rockets, have a couple of their records. Been looking for this one. It's not hard to find, but just never really found it for like a cheap enough price, I guess is what I'm thinking. But they had it there at Salzer's for a good price, and I finally decided to pick it up. And yeah, I mean, I don't know, even though this was a really popular album, I don't know if I know any of the other tunes from here besides So Alive. I feel like I'll probably throw this in and listen to it and hear a couple songs and be like, oh yeah, I remember that one. But just kind of slowly adding stuff to my Lovin' Rockets collection. And I just went and saw Lovin' Rockets open for Jane's Addiction on that ill-fated tour. They were great. Lovin' Rockets were awesome. I really enjoyed them. Jane's Addiction, well, that's a story for another time. I'm sure you've all heard the news, right? And finally, Fishbone and their self-titled, I guess it's an EP. It's 5 songs on here. We have to talk to our good buddy Brian, the embryonic robot up in Canada, to decipher the truth of if this is an EP or not. He's the expert, I think, on that.
Hi everyone, it's Brian, the embryonic robot here. Yes, Steve, that does qualify as an EP.
But this is the latest Fishbone record put out in 2023. The bummer about this is that the band, Norwood Fisher, who he and Angelo Moore are the only 2 members who've been there since day one. There's been lots of lineup changes, people coming and going and then coming back. But Norwood had a falling out with these guys and left the band. Shockingly, you know, I was really shocked to hear that. I got to see them live in 2023, I think, with most of the original members, and it was great. It was just really shocking to hear that. But been looking for this for a while, finally found it there, picked it up. This is brand new, it's not used. I think the other two, I don't know if the Be Your Own Pet's new or used, but yeah, I just been looking to pick this up since it came out, just hadn't had the chance, and found it there and finally decided to grab it. There's one tune on here I know I heard already. All We Have Is Now, I think, is the one, which is really good. But yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen with Fishbone. Hopefully they kind of work stuff out and get things back together. Fat Mike, who you guys know from NoFX, he produced this, I guess released this. But yeah, looking forward to that. The cover, if you see, they used the cover of their original EP to use for this, and they just put like duct tape over their faces or whatever. Kind of interesting. But yeah, looking forward to that. Before we go, the fabled receipts, of course. Like I said, the prices were pretty good in there. Used stuff like around $3.99 for the most part. I didn't pick up any vinyl. Looked through it, they had a really good selection of stuff, but since I'm on this road trip, I kind of am, unless I find something, a vinyl record that I'm really looking for, that's on my list. I didn't mention all these are on my like want list. I'm trying to stick to just my want list for purchases on this trip. But if I find a vinyl I really want, maybe I'll pick it up. But otherwise, you know, I don't want to leave vinyl sitting in the car or anything like that. So I'm kind of trying to avoid that as much as possible. Got a nice little sticker from Salzer's. Like I said, if you're on your way through Ventura or up in this area, definitely check it out. It's right off the 101, so it's really easy to get to. And I'm gonna hit the road and mosey on to our next destination. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time, y'all.